Hello, my name is Riley Cox and I'm 23 years old and I run for ASICS Team Tempo Elite. The reason why I run, gee, that's a tough question. There's probably millions of reasons why I run, but I think the main reason is that it gives me purpose and a goal every day when I wake up. I have the opportunity to make myself a better runner and also a better person. So I think that's the main reason why I run. But because if I didn't run, I'd have way too much energy and probably get myself into trouble. I also get to travel the world with some of my best mates. You know, recently there was a group of us that were at the World University Games in Naples in Italy, and also get to go to training camps together and just spend time together outside of running as well. The impact that Team Tempo has on me, or I guess what I enjoy about Team Tempo, is the fact that many of my best friends and role models are a part of the group. So I get to be surrounded by some pretty inspiring people every day. We've all got goals and aspirations that are pretty similar, so we understand each other and understand the work ethic that it takes to be an elite level runner. So I think that's comforting in itself, and also the ability to push each other towards those goals is something that's really special about the group. Some memorable recent results for me was my first half marathon in Japan back in March, where I ran 64 minutes. That was off the back of a 28:45 10K on the track in America, and that qualified me for the World University Games, where I was 10th in the 10,000 metres, which I was a little bit disappointed with due to an injury which hampered my preparation. But I was able to back that up just recently with 4th place at the National Cross Country Championships. My future goals and aspirations as a runner are to represent Australia at the senior level, either the Olympics or Commonwealth Games, as I think that would be an amazing experience. I'd love to work my way up towards the marathon and run one of the fastest times by an Australian in the marathon, but more than that, I'd love to continue to travel the world and meet amazing people through running, and continue to run right through until I'm 50, 60 years of age. With such a great field at this year's City Bay, I'm not really putting any pressure on myself for a particular placing, but I just want to get in there amongst some of the best runners in Australia and see whether I can mix it with those guys up the front. And I think that if I hang in there for long enough, I can run a time close to 35 minutes, which I'd be very happy with. Being first South Australian across the line is always a good incentive at City Bay, because there's a little bit of prize money on the end of that and some bragging rights for the next year, so I'd love to be first South Australian as well.
Hi, my name's Caitlin Adams. I'm 22 years old and I run for ASICS Team Tempo Elite. So why do you run? A difficult question, but also easy. I guess running is really addictive. It makes me happy. I get a lot of joy out of it. I've done it since I was a young athlete, probably when I was about 13 years old. I excelled at it as a young athlete and still played a lot of other sports, but running just stuck with me. It's that time of the day that's always allocated. I can go out and I can run and I can train, and it's just that time for me. I'm like relaxed. It relaxes the mind, the body, the soul.
And she's being accompanied by the Australian Caitlin Adams. They are really all in with their chance at the moment. The Ethiopian, though, Akash Kinetibeb, just 18 years old.
My future aspirations in this sport, obviously the Olympics is a massive goal of mine. It is a goal for many of us in Team Tempo. And going into the Olympic year next year, I kind of just want to see how close I can get to that selection. Probably in the 5,000 metres is my best chance, but really just have fun in the athletic season and try and reduce my personal best times again. And my recent results from the past 12 months probably began last year in the Sunshine Coast for National Cross Country. I came second overall in the Women's Open 10K event, which was amazing. It was my first national medal, and that also got me a first place in the under 23 age group category as well. And that kind of really boosted my running going into the summer season. So over the summer season and athletic season, I lowered my 1500 pretty much through to 5K PBs on the track. I was the 1500 and 3K state champion and second in the 5K. 5K, my PB is 15:39, which pretty much earned me selection into the World University Games team, Australian team, which competed in Italy in July. So that was an amazing experience. I finished eighth in the final there. Also another big trip for me this year was getting selected in the Australian team for the World Cross Country Championships in Denmark. I came second at the trial in Canberra in January, which was a big surprise. I really put myself in there in the race and managed an auto qualifying spot and was on that team, which was my first senior Australian team. So City to Bay this year, I have some big aims and goals. Because I missed most of the winter road running season due to being overseas for World University Games and athletics, this will be my first road race of the winter season, so I really want to give it a big crack, and I'm excited because it's on home soil in Adelaide. It's always a fantastic event. Last year my time was my personal best 40 minutes 44, so this year in the City to Bay I'm really hoping to PB and crack that 40-minute barrier and get as close to the front girls as I can.
My City Bay 2019, I was 8th overall, 2nd South Australian, and I ran 35:59. I was a little bit disappointed with my race because I wasn't able to go with the front pack, but yeah, still happy with the effort that I put in and happy to come away with top 10 overall.
My City to Bay 12K, I was happy with it. I came 5th in the females overall, 2nd South Australian female, and a PB in 40 minutes 27.